Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jack, and today I'm on my phone again. I'm just being lazy at this point, not plugging anything in. I'm just being lazy. Next week, we'll be back to normal. In fact, will it? I'll be at work next week, so no, it won't be back to normal because these reviews will be earlier in the day. It'll be straight after Raw and SmackDown. Anyway, SmackDown Live, decent SmackDown Live. We had a title change. We had Becky, Lynch and Charlotte go at it at the end of the show. What else do we have? Miz and Jey Uso had a fight. Mandy Rose squashed Naomi. We'll get into all that. Daniel Bryan kicked off the show, and we watched a video package from last week of, Kofi Kingston, bigging up Kofi Kingston, basically putting him over massively, and the whole WWE title picture from, all the WWE title picture from last week, from the contract signing to Kevin Owens replacing him to the match at the tag team match at the end of the night, where Kevin Owens stuns Daniel Bryan, and it cut back even to Daniel Bryan in the ring, and he says that. Well, first, the fans are going absolutely crazy. It's a real hot crowd. I don't know where they were, but it was a real hot crowd at the start of the show, completely booing Daniel Bryan out the building pretty much and screaming for Kofi Kingston. But Daniel Bryan got on the mic and said that Vince McMahon was right to replace Kofi Kingston because Kofi's only a supporting actor. He's not a big star like he is. This is why he's out in India doing a promotional tour or something like that. The whole of New Day, not on the show. They're out over in India for something. I think there's been a lot on the WWE YouTube channel about tryouts and whatnot. So I assume it's something to do with that. What did Daniel Bryan say after that? Yeah, he said he was right to replace Kofi, but he wasn't right to pick Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens is just like the fans. He eats like the fans. He looks like the fans, which is self-explanatory, as he said. Just because Kevin Owens is a babyface, he's an everyman nowadays. He's a dad. That's his gimmick. He's a dad basically. And with the video packages with eating hot dogs, going bowling, going to the cinema and whatnot. He's just an everyman, isn't he? And that's what Daniel Bryan hates. Daniel Bryan hates that. And he said because Kevin Owens is a nobody, he's got everything to lose, and Kevin Owens has got nothing to lose. Because Kevin Owens is a nobody, he's got nothing to lose. Daniel Bryan, he's the WWE champion, he's the planet's champion. He's got everything to lose at Fastlane in this match. KO comes out and says that, for the past 5 months, he's been a member once again of the WWE Universe because of this injury. And just like the WWE Universe, they just think what Daniel Bryan is doing is just plain awful. Just plain awful. And that he hates Daniel Bryan for being a know-it-all. He's just a know-it-all nowadays, and no one likes him for it. He's just crap, basically. And he then mentions about Daniel Bryan binning the title belt and the WWE title belt, and Daniel stopping him and going, yeah, that's where it belongs. It's where it deserves to be. And KO goes on to say that he didn't need any help to stun his ass last week. Like Daniel Bryan always needs help from his 7-footer next to him. Daniel Bryan says, the only reason why you haven't got a 7-footer is because you haven't got any friends left. Kevin Owens is like, no, I haven't got any friends left, but that's my fault. The only friend he had was Sami Zayn, wasn't it? And Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's doing something else. That's not really his fault, is it? And Sami Zayn's injured. That's not his fault, surely. Can't be blaming himself for Sami Zayn getting injured. But Kevin Owens, he said he didn't need help to pin Daniel Bryan last week and stun his ass, like you said. Even though it wasn't his intention to take Kofi Kingston's spot as Fastlane, he is going to beat Daniel Bryan for that WWE Championship without any help. From 7-footers, from small footers, from whatnot. He's just going to beat Daniel Bryan clean for the title and win, becoming the top dog in the company. And Kevin Owens jumps into the ring, starts walking towards Daniel Bryan, and Rowan stands in the way. And he goes, we got a problem here. And Rowan goes, yeah, we got a problem. So a scrap starts breaking out, and Kevin Owens manages to chuck Rowan out the ring, goes to try and stun Daniel Bryan, but he couldn't do it. And then, you know that move that Rowan has where he grabs the head like there and then slams him down. He did that on Kevin Owens, rendering Kevin Owens useless for the rest of the well, until they had the match earlier, obviously. But yeah, it's a good, nice opening segment to the show. It wasn't too special, I guess. It's just building up hype for the title picture on Sunday, which good. First match of the evening, because once again you have to have a promo at the start of the night, was Jey Uso versus The Miz. This is a pretty good, pretty fast-paced match. It didn't last too long. The ending of the match saw Jey Uso go for a pin on The Miz, and Jimmy Uso I think he was trying to hold Jey Uso's leg or something to help him cheat to win, basically. But Miz still managed to kick out. Shane McMahon took out Jimmy Uso, and that distracted Jey Uso enough for Miz to hit the skull-crushing finale and pick up the victory over Jey. Good. Even though they're tag team champions, Miz is still a singles guy. He might be in a tag team now, but he's still a singles guy. So the singles guy kind of should be beating a tag team specialist, if you will. So this makes sense, and I'm assuming the Usos are retaining on Sunday, so it makes sense for Miz to win here. Everything makes sense at this point. Everything makes sense. Next up, we had the R-Truth US Championship Open Challenge. It's a mouthful, isn't it? He kicked off the Open Challenge, says, come on then, come down, show me what you got. And Lacey Evans comes down to the catwalk. R-Truth's getting ready to fight her. Carmella's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, Lacey Evans jogs on again, and R-Truth's there like, yeah, she don't want them. She don't want them. So I was like, there was something I actually like burst out laughing with. R-Truth's on fire recently, and when he said that, I was like, oh, AJ Styles is going to come out, is he? But no, it wasn't AJ Styles. It was everyone but AJ Styles at this point. We had Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade come out. So we had a fatal four-way for the US Championship, which apparently that's how Open Challenges works. As long as you come out before the bell rings, you can get added into the match. That's fine. Everyone should remember this. When Seth did his Intercontinental title challenge, just everyone should have come out, basically. Then one of you's guaranteed to be the new IC champion, aren't you? And that's what happened here, as your new United States champion is none other than Samoa Joe, which came out of absolutely nowhere. I don't think anyone expected Samoa Joe to be the champion. The match, it was quite slow at the start. Samoa Joe taking control of pretty much everyone. He was just battering everyone. And then we had like a commercial break in between. And when we came back, the pace really picked up. And compared to the opening anyway. And the ending of the match saw Zelina Vega go for a Hurricane Rana on R-Truth, hitting it. You know when it was Aleister Black versus Andrade at NXT, the last NXT takeover Andrade was on. I think Zelina Vega did like 3 or 4 Hurricane Ranas on Aleister Black. But because this is a fatal 4-way, no disqualification, it was allowed in this match. She was all chuffed of herself because she got involved, but she turns around into a super kick from Carmella, and that distracted Andrade enough for Rey to start recovering from a beatdown that he took. And Andrade went for a powerbomb, and Rey turned it into a Canadian Destroyer once again. We haven't seen that move in a few weeks. Good, just bring it back to make people forget about it. He then hit a 619, and then Rey hit the splash, and it was like, it's over. Rey Mysterio has won. He's won. And then out of absolutely nowhere, Samoa Joe hadn't been seen for the past like 5 minutes, I don't think. Senton out of nowhere, landing on top of Rey and Andrade, breaking up the pin. He then picks up Rey and just, I don't know what, it's a power slam of some sort, just absolutely rocked him down into the canvas and pinned him 1, 2, 3 to become the new US champion. No making people sleep. We haven't seen Samoa Joe pin someone in ages. if ever, in WWE. I can't remember anyway. But Samoa Joe winning the United States Champion, going into Fastlane. I don't think he's going to be defending it at Fastlane. But going into WrestleMania, Samoa Joe's got some title gold, which is mental. The last time he held title golds in WWE was over 2 years ago, and that was the NXT Championship. This is his first main roster title he's won, which is just insane. For someone of Samoa Joe's caliber, is just mental. And hopefully he can make the US Championship good again. You know, when the likes of Rusev held it, not the recent one, you know, a couple of years back when he had his feud with John Cena and whatnot. Because it was really good back then. It was a proper good mid-card title. And hopefully Samoa Joe can make it like it used to be. Next up, we had a couple of short matches coming up. Yeah, the last 3 matches were all pretty short matches. I don't know if they overran somewhere. The Fatal 4-Way match was proper good as well. You need to go watch it. It was about 20 minutes long, I think. But it was proper good. Proper good. Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Bar. Decent matchup, but it was slow once again. Aleister Black and Ricochet picking up the win after Aleister Black hit the Black Mass on, I think it was Sheamus. But as they were celebrating the victory, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura came out, and all 4 heels started beating down the faces. But then the Hardy Boys came out to a big pop, and then it ended up 4-on-4. The faces came out on top. I don't know if we're going to get a match. We're not going to get the match on the pre-show at that point, because for some reason they've stuck Andrade versus Rey Mysterio on a pre-show of Fastlane. Okay, if that doesn't make people want to buy the network, I don't know what will. But I assume this match is going to be next week or something. Aleister Black, Ricochet and the Hardys versus The Bar, Rusev and Nakamura, maybe? I'm not too sure. An even shorter match, less than a minute, I think. Mandy Rose pinning Naomi after a fairy tale ending. I'm just going to call it that. Ciampa's move. After a distraction from Sonya Deville. During the celebration, they were at the top of the ramp. Asuka came out and destroyed them both. I think this whole segment lasted less than 5 minutes. It was pretty mental. And then we had a match between Kevin Owens and Rowan. Once again, short match. Nothing happened in the match because Daniel Bryan was on commentary. Kevin Owens got trapped to the ring, outside the ring. Daniel Bryan was literally in his face, screaming, trash talking him basically. So Kevin Owens just decided to forget about Rowan and attack Daniel Bryan instead. And Daniel Bryan attacks back, DQ finish, and this is the interesting part of what happened. So, you know, Bryan decided to hit back, so it was a DQ. Rowan's lost the match and whatnot. But it wasn't over there, as Rowan and Daniel Bryan were about to put Kevin Owens through a table. Mustafa Ali returned, and Mustafa Ali helped Kevin Owens out. Now, the reason why I say this is interesting is because I didn't think they would put Mustafa Ali right back into the main event picture straight away. I thought, you know, he'll come back in the mid-card range and then build himself back up. But Mustafa Ali's come back into that title picture, helping Kevin Owens out. Is there plans to be like a fatal 4-way at Mania or something for the title? Daniel Bryan, Kofi, Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali, is that? I don't know, but it's really strange to me how they've brought Mustafa Ali back into the main event title picture. So, strange. Mustafa Ali took out Rowan. Kevin Owens once again hit a stunner on Daniel Bryan. It's interesting. I don't see Kevin Owens losing clean, but I don't see Kevin Owens becoming WWE champion. I don't think there's going to be a clean finish to the match either way. I don't know at this point. The last segment of the show was Charlotte Flair earlier on in the night had invited Becky Lynch to come to the ring and talk about physical and mental capabilities before their match at Fastlane. And we see a video package from last night of Ronda Rousey completely destroying Becky Lynch and turning heel. I don't think it's turning heel. I think it's just becoming a badass. That's what she is. And then Becky Lynch comes out and said that Ronda hit her with her absolute best last night. And she's still standing. She's still here today. So it's clearly not good enough, is it? I'm clearly better than Ronda Rousey. And, she also said that, yes, she is damaged from last night. She's not going to lie, she is damaged. But that's where people at the most dangerous, is when they're damaged, because they haven't got anything else to lose. And which is kind of true, I guess, but you've got everything to lose, Becky. You've got a main event in WrestleMania to lose, so think about it. Charlotte that kicks Becky Lynch's crutch away, so that's across the ring, and then just slaps the piss out of Becky Lynch, basically, and starts mocking her, starts pushing her around. She's like on her back on the floor, kicking her and whatnot, punching. But then Becky Lynch gets the upper hand in the end, grabs Charlotte's arm after getting the crutch and swinging it about a little bit, grabs Charlotte's arm, drags her down and puts the disarmer, one of her best looking disarmers as well, onto Charlotte Flair. The one thing I liked about this is Becky didn't tap to Ronda Monday Night Raw. Charlotte didn't tap to Becky here. No one's tapped. They've both put submission holds on. No one's tapped. So I'm hoping this sees Charlotte put figure 4 on Becky and she doesn't tap. Maybe Ronda comes out and Charlotte puts another figure 4 on her. She doesn't tap. I don't want to see anyone tapping at this point. Not until Mania, at least. Because they've all got submission finishers. No one should be tapping, making them look... Because if one of them taps, they're ultra weak going into the Mania match. So I'm really liking that. Really liking that. So yeah, end of SmackDown. Is Becky Lynch standing tall at the end of the show? Is she going to win on Sunday? Yeah, should do, surely. Surely she's going to be added into this triple threat Mania. Surely. Please. That was SmackDown Live. Better than Raw, I would say. Only slightly. I think if there wasn't that title change, then... If there wasn't the title change, I probably would have rated it the same as Raw, but I'm going to give it a 3.5 star because of the title change, and plus that Fatal 4-Way match was proper good, whereas no matches on Raw was really that good, but that one match was excellent, absolutely excellent. So 3.5 stars for SmackDown Live. If you did enjoy that, please leave a like on the video. It means a hell of a lot to us. Please subscribe to the channel. 111 people subscribing as of time of recording, which is just mental, absolutely mental. See you again Thursday. We are doing a live podcast on Thursday for our 1 year anniversary, which is mental, and I shall see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.